Have you ever thought to yourself, or maybe heard somebody else say, I am overweight, and if anything, I am not eating enough. I should probably be eating more. Did you ever hear somebody say that? Is that true? Is there some truth to the, metabolism slowing down or starvation mode or things like that? That's what we're going to cover in this video. And before we go there, click the subscribe button below, because on this channel, you're going to learn how to build a strong, healthy, high-performing, sexy, awesome-looking body that goes along with your business success. What's up, everybody? This is Coach Amir from 7figurebody.com, and in today's video, one of the topics that I always find hilarious, it's just I can't believe that this is what I'm hearing, but that is actually very common. People believe that they don't eat enough, they eat very little, way less than they should be, and because of that, their body is some kind of in starvation mode. It's holding on to everything and not losing weight. And therefore, if anything else, not only that they don't need to eat less, if anything, they actually need to be eating more calories because they're now eating not enough. All right, guys. So first thing, obviously, to anybody who knows anything about anything in this industry or this whole field, this is absolutely ludicrous to think that you are overweight because you don't eat enough. That just makes no sense. It's literally I'm making way too much money, and because of that, I am broke, right? So I want to make $1 million, I'm making 50 million, and therefore, that's why I'm broke. Okay, it makes no sense. If you said that, everybody would be like, okay, this dude is he's not well, he's insane or stupid. Yet, it's completely normal to hear somebody say, I'm overweight, I have way too much body fat that I can't lose, and it's probably because I don't eat enough. So if anything, I don't need to eat less. If anything, I need to be eating more. This is not how it works, okay? Not how it works. Anytime anybody has ever been in an actual calorie deficit in the history of humankind, in the history of scientific research in weight loss, nobody has ever been in an actual calorie deficit that didn't lose weight. Everybody loses weight. So if you are in an actual calorie deficit, you will be losing body fat. Now, here's the thing. Why people can think that they're not losing weight, even if they are, simply because they're hopping on a scale and they are using scale as their measuring tool. This is probably one of the worst things you can do, given how inaccurate and unreliable scale readings are. Okay, why is that? Simply because number one thing is, remember, 60 to 65% of your body is water. If you weigh 200 pounds, 120, 130 pounds of you is water. So guess what? Bunch of things affect the water retention level. So if you didn't sleep well, if you are a bit more stressed out, if you had a little bit more carbs, if, a million different things can affect your water retention to go up. Number one being carbs. Carbs are literally like a sponge. 1 gram of carbohydrates ties 3 to 4 grams of water to it. So if you have a cake that has, 100 grams of carbs, that's a pound of scale weight because you're going to retain so much more water with that. So that's a pound of scale weight tomorrow. Okay. And vice versa. This is why, low carb zealots like keto and carnivore zealots can say, I lost 10 pounds in a week. No, dumbass, you lost maybe half a pound or 1 pound of actual fat, which is how much you can lose under normal conditions, and the rest is just water. Okay, you're gonna rehydrate and get it all back in the next week. It's okay, don't worry, which is exactly what happens to them. But they're like, oh my God, how did I lose 10 pounds in the first week and then I didn't lose anything for the next 2 months? Well, simply because you actually were losing a pound of fat starting from the first week. It's just the water retention was going up and down, so you thought you were gaining and losing, and it's just water. So the fix for that, number one thing, buy a Slim Guide caliper, some kind of, fat measuring caliper, usually $10-15 on Amazon. Measure body fat percentage. So if your body fat is going down, you're on the right track, regardless of what the weight scale says, okay? And what your weight, going up and down, it doesn't really matter at all. And I always say, unlike what everybody believes, if your body fat percentage is at a certain level and it stays there, it's actually better if you weigh more. Why? Because if your body fat percentage stays the same, but you weigh more over time, that means you're putting on muscle. because nothing else can be there. If you're doing it consistently, meaning, your weight is actually going up for, like a pound or two every week, every month, and you're lifting heavy properly, you're, eating enough protein and your body fat percentage is staying the same. The only thing that can be going on is you're actually putting muscle, and more muscle up to the natural level without using steroids and things like that is absolutely better. More muscle is better for numerous reasons. Okay, so back to the topic here. You absolutely do not go into starvation mode. It's an absolute myth that does not exist. I always say, I on Facebook sometimes I post, an obese woman comes and says, I'm not eating enough. That's why I'm obese, right? And I go and post a picture of starving kids in Africa, and I say, this is what actual starvation looks like. And of course, on Facebook, you get banned and whatever else, and people are pissed off and all of this, because that's what actual starvation looks like. You don't starve yourself and become obese. It does not work that way, okay? That is impossible. Theoretically, practically, in any world other than some, imaginary fairy tale world, maybe there you can undereat and gain weight. That is otherwise impossible, okay? So please remember, this will never happen. And one thing is, if you are actually in a measured, tracked calorie deficit, you will be dropping body fat, assuming you have enough protein and you're lifting weights so that you protect the muscle. Because remember, if you are having low calories without enough protein and without lifting weights, which is the case for most people, unfortunately, majority of the weight lost will come from actual muscle. Your muscle will be broken down. You'll be losing more muscle than body fat. Guess what happens? This is not good in any way. Even though people are like, yeah, I'm losing body, weight on a scale. It's awesome. Like I used to weigh 200, now I'm 180. Awesome. Yeah, but if half of that weight came from lost muscle, now your metabolic rate is lower, your immune system is weaker, and guess what's going to happen the moment you stop with that diet? Your metabolic rate and calorie output are lower. Therefore, you're absolutely going to regain all of that, probably binge eat and just yo-yo diet. This is why yo-yo dieting happens for the most part. So please remember a couple of things when dieting. Always remember, you need to be in a calorie deficit in order to lose body fat. In order to actually lose body fat and not muscle, you need to do two things: eat enough protein and lift weights properly. Many videos on this channel showing exactly what and how to do that, but I'll leave it for now there. Please remember, if you want to see exactly A to Z the process that I used to go from fat kid to a pro athlete, an Olympic Games candidate, and a coach, and now Dan Kennedy of fitness, and 1,200 plus transformed clients, there is a process that we follow. There's nothing special or magical about what we do. What is special is the process that we use, and A to Z of that process is in the video. So if you click on the link in the description of this video, there is a link. You can put your name and email, and I'm going to send you you're going to get a free immediate access to the video that shows you exactly how to do this. If you watch the video, it makes sense. There's a button there. You can click on it to schedule a call with me or somebody on my team. We can figure out if we're the right match for to potentially work together. If you want to get in great shape, then a couple of months later, you will be shredded. And for the rest of your life, you will maintain that weight. So if that sounds good, regardless of whether we work together or not, I hope we do. But if we never do, that's still okay. Stick to the channel, learn all there is to know about losing body fat and building muscle and being at your absolute best health and performance. You're going to find that on this channel. So if you like this, please click the subscribe button, give a like, and share this video as well so other entrepreneurs can benefit from it as well. So guys, that's it for this video. See you in the next one. Cheers.